Castor oil, nature's Botox. Let's dissect the true power of castor oil and exactly how you can benefit safely and exactly what to look for in your purchase of the product. In case you haven't heard, all over the web, there's an all-natural oil that hydrates like filler, smooths wrinkles like Botox, and even fights acne. You can see the claims in these short clips everywhere, all over social media. And while some are, well, filtered, heavily filtered, a lot of them are real results on, yes, even over 50-year-old influencers. You see, in ancient Egypt, castor oil was prized not only for its healing properties, but also as a beauty elixir. In fact, it was used to induce labor many years ago, and some people still use it for that. Of course, I don't recommend that. Castor oil was to the Egyptians what Wi-Fi is to us today. Life simply didn't function without it. Egyptian physicians and beauticians viewed castor oil as a divine gift, using it to moisturize skin, promote hair growth, and even aid in, yes, the mummification process. Look here, clues came from analysis of chemical residue inside vessels from the only known Egyptian embalming workshop. That's how they figured this out. But here's how it applies to us. Ancient Egyptian embalmers had extensive chemical knowledge and knew what substances to put on the skin to preserve it, even without knowing about bacteria and other microorganisms. You see, they didn't know these even existed back then. But as I'll show you, this is application for today. Your time's valuable, so what is castor oil? Well, it comes from the seeds of the Ricinus communis plant. The key ingredient, ricinoleic acid, a powerhouse fatty acid that gives castor oil its anti-inflammatory, antibacterial, and ultra-hydrating properties. Ultra-hydrating. Now, you've heard that before. You're saying, oh, right. But here's exactly why over 50-year-olds love it, because ricinoleic acid in castor oil is a rare omega-9 fatty acid, proven to deeply penetrate. But here's the real juice. It's a natural humectant. That property makes it retain that moisture. So it has that perfect combination. So no, the TikTokers may not be wrong. That gives it an instant effect. But not all castor oil is created equal. Let me take it a step further, because when you place castor oil on your face, it's a little bit kind of sticky, right? And that's the occlusive nature of it. It's like putting a sheet mask on, a Korean sheet mask. While some people call it nature's Botox, I often refer to it to my patients as nature's Korean sheet mask. You see, the extraction process determines how effective it is. The castor seeds are harvested, of course. Cleaning them is of utmost importance in the outcome, but here is an absolute crucial step, and that is drying. If your seeds aren't fully dry, you're not going to get the results on your face. And a lot of people make the shortcut, or companies make this shortcut, because drying takes a while, especially if you're going to do it naturally. So they do it by spreading them out. Now, the absolute critical step, and the one you can measure, is the extraction process, because this is now cold pressing. That's what you're seeing here. That's what we want to look for. The castor seeds are mechanically pressed to extract the oil. The seeds are in effect crushed, and that's why it's called cold pressing. Here's the huge problem. Some people and some companies extract them by solvent extraction. What's the name of the solvent that you want to look for? Well, it's hexane. Hexane is often used for extraction, and that's exactly what you want to avoid. You do not want hexane on your face. So that's why with all the oils I recommend, but you can see in this process, look at that, you do not want hexane as a solvent used. Cold press is what we look for. Let's move on. I recommend Valona castor oil. I'll link it below in the more info section below this video, and I'll put it and pin it to the comment section at the top as well. And of course, you'll likely know Cleopatra used castor oil to brighten her eyes. Castor oil indeed improves collagen and elastin production, but reducing puffiness and inflammation is the key. This is the huge benefit and a reason that it's so popular around the eyes. The ricinoleic acid is a potent anti-inflammatory and it reduces that morning puffiness especially, but it also helps with the under eye bags and gives a brightening to the eye. Remember, prostaglandin analogs in your eye conditioners causing fat loss in the periorbital region. Look here, some eye conditioners, yes, those lash conditioners that you guys are putting on to grow your lashes, particularly those containing prostaglandin analogs, which are often found in eyelash growth serums, can potentially cause fat loss around the eyes. Yes, I know what you're going to say. Castor oil also has prostaglandin type effects. Will it do that? I'll give you a list of lash conditioners that have these harmful products in them coming up. But suffice it to say, with castor oil, I have not seen anyone in my practice who uses it losing fat around the eye. Does it grow brows and lashes? Yes, it has a prostaglandin-like effect, but there's no great scientific evidence that you're going to find, but you'll see in the comments below, you guys are going to tell me it works. And yes, I believe it works, and I see results in my practice with my patients. Now, for the eyes, I don't recommend applying it directly into the eyes. The castor oil you're going to get is not built for that. And remember, your eye is sensitive and you do get absorption. I know a lot of people use it for floaters. There's not a lot of great data out there in the comment section. Everyone's going to tell you it works, and it might just work, but there's no data for it. There are eye drops that actually contain castor oil and flaxseed in them. They're from Refresh, and they're called, I think, Optiv Mega, OPTIV Mega. I'll link them also so you can find them easily, but my patients love and use them as well. But they contain castor oil, and they're built to be used in the eye. Being mindful, you don't want to put anything that's not sterile, not meant for the eye, in the eye itself. I know a lot of you do. Medically, I would not advise that personally. Now, how about some myth busting? Does castor oil remove skin tags or warts? There's no strong scientific evidence here, but some people do swear by it. Unlike lash serums that have medical grade prostaglandins in them, think Latisse, and honestly, if you're using, I have whole videos, I'll link that up top here, of exactly the lash serums that you use to grow your eyelashes that have prostaglandin analogs, and they can be hidden in there as well. Way back in the day, 15 years ago, there were products that were like Latisse that did not list that they had prostaglandins in them, prostaglandin analogs, and they were harming people's eyes, and they got found out. So most companies will list a prostaglandin analog. I have a whole video on what to watch for. Dissect out what you're using for your lash serum, because if you lose fat pads around your eyes, it's devastating, because you also get hollows above. And I hate filling above the eye. We use biostimulators too, like PRF, but it's more dangerous. I do that way more in Asia than in America because it's accepted and the danger is accepted. And of course, it's a lot less litigious society than we have here. You're not going to walk into many clinics here where they're going to want to fill your hollow above your eye because of the risk of blindness and how the vascularity is. So you save the fat around your eye. I like growth factor lash serums, and this is the one that I use here. It's on store.rajaniMD.com. There's no prostaglandins in that, and growth factors work amazingly well. But check the product you're using, because I don't want you to be on one that has prostaglandins in it. You're going to have to go into the ingredient list and watch my video all about that if you need help. Lips, great. So it's a super hydrator. So you apply it directly or mix it with coconut oil for better kind of taste, because it might get in your mouth. Also for mixability for the lips. For lashes and brows, you can get those little containers on Amazon if you want. And some, you'll find even Valona has an applicator, a 4-ounce bottle that you can use for brows and lashes. And it has, you know, the applicator I'm talking about that allows you to apply it to the lashes you probably use out there, but you can purchase them separately. If you're buying a big bottle of castor oil, that might save you a bit more money, and you can put it in smaller containers, and then you can travel with it more easily as well. But also, it's an acne fighter. Despite, yes, you're going to say it's an oil, and when you put it on, it's a little bit like a sticky feel. So people think it's causing acne, but in fact, it's a treatment for acne. Why? Well, it's naturally antibacterial and it combats acne causing the bacteria. Remember that mummification process? And it combats the acne killing the bacteria without clogging pores. It actually balances oil production, so it's safe for not only drier skin, but also oily skin. Very unusual for an oil because a lot of oils are either used for people with drier skin or oilier, but not both. But that's why castor oil is so ubiquitous. So here's exactly how you use it for maximal results. Number one, you have to choose the right oil. So you want 100% pure, organic, cold-pressed, hexane-free castor oil. If you can find it in a glass jar, all the better, but I'm not opposed to plastic as well. Now, the best time to apply castor oil is going to be at night, and a little goes a long way. 2 to 3 drops even if you're just using it on the face, but many people use it on the neck and body as well, and you want to use it on cleansed skin. How do you boost it? Well, you mix it with a carrier oil like argan, jojoba, or almond. That makes it easier to spread. I don't know why, but my favorite seems to be almond oil to mix it with. Now, for you layers out there, if you're layering your skincare, and it's so important to do this, you want to apply castor oil after your serums like vitamin C or hyaluronic acid. A great one is hyaluronic acid that has argireline in it, like this one here. I'll put a link in the comment section and the more info below to mine as well. And I'll give you a discount code on that as well because it is a great combination. And remember, store your castor oil in a dark place like all facial oils. But what you'll find is a lot of the bottles you'll get it in, it's not a full clear bottle. There's a color, usually they're a little brown so that the light and the UV can't penetrate that easily, but always cool. When people ask me, what do you mean by cool? Well, not direct sunlight, but if you had a choice, 60 degrees Fahrenheit would be about right. Hippocrates, the father of Western medicine, prescribed castor bean oil as a laxative and a detoxifier. That was around 400 BC, and that's not the effect that you want today. Can it be ingested or for detox? You know, the colon cleanse and the detox? Traditionally, yes, but proceed with caution. Overuse will cause severe digestive distress because it causes increased muscular contraction in the stomach and in small intestines particularly, and it expels everything pretty quick. So people don't feel well on it. Castor oil is so strong, in fact, at one point it was used as a form of punishment. Speaking of ingesting it, during World War I, a famous Italian poet, Gabriele, he came up with the idea of forcing opponents of the regime to drink large amounts of it as a punishment. So we got to be mindful about that. So my homework, I'll link those products in the more info section below and in the top of the comment section so you can easily find everything I talked about today. You'll now want to watch this video all about how you can use LED red light and near infrared to supercharge your results with castor oil by even further charging your ATP and building your collagen and elastin. Stay tuned here. Keep your skin and body beautiful, healthy, and vibrant.